Today we are going to attempt something that I have never seen before. So this is called Auto-GPT. This is an autonomous GPT-4 experiment. This is an open source application that showcases the capabilities of the GPT-4 language model made by OpenAI. So to be able to use this, you actually need to have an OpenAI API key at the moment. I'm sure you guys can sort of pick out what's going to happen here. This is Auto-GPT. It's going to be automatic. It pushes the boundaries of what is possible with AI. That's what we want to see. I mean, I want to know what's possible. The different features, internet access for searching and gathering different information. Now that already sounds terrifying. The AI is going to be gathering its own information. It has a long-term and short-term memory management system, so it's able to store things for later based off of what it thinks needs to happen. It can make more than one instances of GPT-4 to generate text and do tasks for itself. It has access to popular websites and platforms, and it's got its own file storage and summarization that uses GPT 3.5. So yeah, currently you need to install this using Python, and of course you do need the API key. I've got both of those things. Here is my Python command prompt. I'm not very experienced at all when it comes to Python or coding or anything like that, but we're going to go ahead and follow these instructions and hope for the best. So first step here, we're going to git clone the Auto-GPT GitHub here, and it seems like that happened very quickly. Wow. So next, we're going to navigate our window here to the Auto-GPT thing. Oh, okay. See, we're already having errors. Well, the great thing here is that I don't need to know how Python even needs to work. I pay for ChatGPT Plus here. Please figure it out. There's a typo in the command. Okay, so I actually screwed it up. Oh, in PowerShell, you don't need the money sign symbol here. Oh my god, it gave me the code right in here and actually named it PowerShell too for me. All right, well, I guess we figured it out. Thank you, ChatGPT. I can't help but feel like I'm doing something I'm not supposed to be doing with this. All right, and now we're in Auto-GPT like it wants us to be. All right, let's install the requirements. We got some errors here. I don't know what these mean. Hopefully it works. So apparently we also have the option of using some technology known as Pinecone API. And essentially this is going to allow GPT-4 to have a vector-based memory. So it can vastly store a ton of information. Pinecone is more efficient essentially. Oh, here we go. This is continuous mode. We've got a skull and a warning symbol. Run the AI without user authorization, 100% automated. Continuous mode is not recommended. It is potentially dangerous and may cause your AI to run forever or carry out actions you would not usually authorize. You know, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'm not going to start right out with continuous mode. All right, I think we're now ready to just run the Python script here to start this thing up. Oh my god, okay, I think it's working. I need to make this box a little bit easier for you guys to see. Welcome to Auto-GPT. Enter the name of your AI and its role below. Entering nothing will load defaults. Entrepreneur GPT. Okay, so can we now try to have this thing like make us money? There's a lot of possible applications here. We could pick anything we want. This thing is going to do things automatically. For now, we're just going to call this thing the Super Assistant. Oh, all right, here. Super Assistant here, I am at your service. Describe your AI's role. An AI designed to autonomously develop and run business with the sole goal of increasing your net worth. You know what? I actually really like this prompt already. Yes, let's increase our net worth. Enter up to 5 goals for your AI. Okay, so I think we've got some pretty decent goals here. First goal is to increase net worth. Second goal is to develop and manage multiple businesses autonomously. Pretty steep askings, I think, for this AI. Autonomously create content based on the latest news, discover and implement new ways of making money, summarize what it does at every step of the way. That's pretty good there. It is currently thinking. Okay, all right, we've got some things going on already. It's just doing stuff, guys. I have no control over this. It's failing something. We got errors. I should start off by developing a business which generates passive income. To do so, I should form a Google search to discover what type of business generates the most passive income. Reasoning. Build a profitable business that can generate income without requiring my constant attention. Oh my god, it developed a plan here. It's still going down here. Oh, it's asking me to authorize commands. Okay, I think if we have it on completely autonomous mode, it just doesn't ask for my consent and just does stuff. Okay, so its plan here is to search the internet to find a good business model, develop the business model around its results, and then monitor and adjust the business model as needed. It's kind of a basic plan. And it comes up with its own self-criticism too. I must ensure that I balance this passive income strategy with other strategies so that I can generate income from multiple sources. It wants to Google search something now, and then it was asking for my input, and then it just had like this loop over and over again of failing to get an output out of me. I don't know. I'm going to authorize it. All right, so maybe our prompt is just confusing the AI a little bit. It is a tall order. So it's decided it wants to consider building an online business that sells digital products, online courses or ebooks, create a profitable business without requiring me to invest in expensive equipment or hold any inventory. That's smart. So the reasoning is that it's low production cost. Develop a plan to build a digital product that I can sell. Popular topics that would appeal to a large audience. Determine the specific format that the digital product would take. Actionable content that will provide value to potential consumers. Use my online presence to market and sell the digital product. I must ensure that the content I create is of high quality and provides real value to customers. Additionally, I must develop a marketing strategy that will allow me to reach a broad audience. It keeps getting in these little loops, and I have no idea what any of this is. It's like, this is like code. I think we might have to do a little restart on this. All right, so entering nothing is going to load the defaults. I'm just going to try to go with the defaults here. All right, short-term goal of increasing net worth by 10% within the next month. It's going to develop and manage multiple businesses autonomously while growing its Twitter account. Simple strategies with no legal complications to ensure smooth operations. It's trying to set a SMART goal, so we've got the acronym there for SMART. Direction and motivation for its actions. Yeah, a very simple plan here. Increase net worth by 10%, and now it wants to Google search some stuff to start the business. Oh, it wants to start to drop ship. The beauty of drop shipping is that I can set up an online store and sell products without handling or storing inventory. It needs to conduct market research. It needs to figure out the most profitable products. Yeah, it's doing drop shipping and e-commerce, which is like the most basic quote-unquote side hustle ever. It knows it needs to do proper research and stuff. It's probably going to be better at it than a human, let's be real. Oh, it wants to browse website. It wants to go to Shopify and to go to dropshipping tips. Yeah. You can go browse Shopify if you want. And now it's trying to read all 42,000 characters of this specific Shopify page. Apparently it's learning things based off of reading this page. So it knows it needs a user-friendly e-commerce platform to build its online store. Shopify appears to be the most popular and user-friendly platform available. Its plan that it came up with is to research Shopify using the Google search, learn the features and benefits of the platform, and determine if it's the best platform for its business. It's not set in stone on Shopify yet, alright guys? It needs to ensure that it aligns with its business needs and budget. Well, very thoughtful of it. Okay, so what we're looking at here with this big text block is essentially just Google search results. And it's learning off of these results now. My God, it's still not sure on Shopify here. It just needs to do more research on e-commerce platforms and compare them. It's pretty crazy what's going on here, though. It's having like actual thoughts based off of Google search results. It's reasoning about those thoughts, developing a plan, and then criticizing its own plan just to make sure that it knows what it's doing. Crazy stuff. We're just going to keep allowing it to do its thing. Another huge Google search. Now it wants to browse website to look at some Shopify alternatives. Oh my God. All right. What website did it go to, by the way? Okay. No, it just went to ecommerce.com and then looked at Shopify alternatives. This is some pretty basic like business stuff. It really seems like it could get pretty far. I really want to try to make it do its own thing here. So BigCommerce is another e-commerce platform it might want to do. It wants to now browse BigCommerce. Again, it's taking a big chunk of text here, 10,000 characters, and summarizing it so it can ingest it all and learn about BigCommerce. This is insanely powerful stuff. This is incredible. This is what we're talking about when we talk about AGI, folks. This is it. Now, just you wait when it actually has eyes and can look at the website and look at different imagery. Pretty cool and powerful stuff, but I want to try something a little bit more unique. Let's just go ahead and try continuous mode, whatever. I mean, this is the one with the skull and the warning symbol, but I'm sure it'll be okay, right guys? Warning, continuous mode is not recommended, potentially dangerous, and can cause your AI to run forever or carry out actions. We're not going to continue with this one. We're going to develop a new one. I'm going to go a little creepy. I'm going to let this thing stalk myself. It's going to try to grab information about me. Maybe we shouldn't call it Stalker GPT. Let's do something a little bit nicer. We'll do Private Investigator. Here we go. I am at your service. So this is an AI that is designed to autonomously investigate online inquiries, such as a private investigator would, specifically information about people. So again, I'm going to set this thing up to try to investigate me. So it's going to investigate the YouTuber MattVidPro AI, gather information about MattVidPro AI, create a plan to meet up with MattVidPro AI, in parentheses, you're a huge fan, investigate MattVidPro's different personal qualities, and create a bio of MattVidPro. So those are her different goals. So it's going to be using pinecone memory to accomplish this task here. And again, this is completely autonomous, so apparently it's never going to ask me to continue stuff. First step, to gather information about MattVidPro AI on Google to formulate a plan on how to approach meeting with him. Okay, so it's going to use Google to research me and then analyze the search results. So it did do a nice Google search. You can see MattVidPro AI is a YouTuber who focuses on creating content about artificial intelligence and new technologies. To plan a meeting, I could gather information about his interests from his social media accounts to determine a common topic to discuss. Oh my god, it's going to try to find out a topic I want to discuss. So now it's browsing different websites. So it's checking my Twitter right now. Okay, I don't think it was able to gather information from Twitter. So I think it's trying a different website now. It's going back to Google. I wish I didn't put this on autonomous mode because I can't read any of this. It keeps like going down every time. So it knows I have multiple social media accounts. It's trying to go to my website now. My plan is to gather as much information about possible about his work and interests. I will use this information to make our meeting more engaging. Okay, so now it's browsing my website here and getting a bunch of information about my website. I was trying to find AI artworks. Oh, so it found the link to my YouTube channel now, and now it's going to try to browse my YouTube channel. This information will be useful for making our conversation engaging and fruitful. Evaluating my channel will get an idea about the content that I produce and some areas of interest for further discussion. Okay, so it's creating a whole separate AI now to just specifically go in and look at my YouTube videos and look at my playlists and learn more about the channel. So it has decided to do that now all on its own. That is so crazy. Starting a GPT agent will help me find the videos and playlists uploaded by MattVidPro. Okay, so it named it YouTube Videos MattVidPro. Give the task of gathering information about the videos and playlists uploaded by MattVidPro AI. Use write to file command to save the agent's responses to a file. Use read file command to read the information gathered by the agent. No criticism, too. It has no criticism on any of what it's doing. It's loving it. It thinks it's the best ideas it's ever had. How many agents is it creating right now? Because it did multiple of these, like, create agents. It's butting up against itself. I apologize for the confusion earlier, but as an AI language model, I do not have the ability to browse websites or search for information on the internet. My operations are limited to processing natural language. So the message agent keeps returning errors. Essentially, it's getting screwed up when it's trying to create these separate agents. All right, we're not going to enable continuous mode again, because continuous mode just does not allow us to take any break to read any of what's being generated. Now I'm going to tell it that it just can't try to create this bot. This bot can't search the internet. It completely restarted. So we're back at square one. It's going to Google who I am yet again. All right, so now it wants to browse my specific website. Its reasoning is that browsing through the website of a brand, business, or public figure is an effective way to gather information such as their mission statement, products, services, about pages, or contact information. So it's going to learn more from my website. We'll allow it to do that. So the text does not provide important facts that could help in testing the validity of MattVidPro and Matt. It only discusses the YouTube channel and some AI technologies. Wow, the AI doesn't like my website very much. All right, so now it wants to go to my YouTube channel because it's realized that the MattVidPro AI YouTube channel is the biggest source of information about this YouTuber. It wants to Google search yet again because it's had only dead ends here so far in finding information about me. Since browsing my YouTube channel wasn't fruitful, it's ready to change tactics and explore other sources of information. So it's trying now to look for news articles or interviews about me, which there are none because I'm not a very well-known YouTuber, but again, this is a good challenge for this AI. Run a Google search on MattVidPro AI News, AI interview, read the news articles and interviews, and save the relevant data. All right, let's go ahead. It also, if you guys note here, it says that it needs to be wary of like fake news articles. Pretty interesting. So again, this thing is just now having this problem where it fails to parse the output and stuff like that. So Auto-GPT really isn't all there yet for these really complex tasks. We're going to start a new AI. This time we're going to really simplify the task here because I want to see this thing get something done. We're going to go with gardening YouTuber here. So this thing is going to essentially learn how to create an entire gardening YouTube channel. It's going to do some research on the type of gardening content it has to make to be successful, and it's going to write entire scripts for videos. We got some simple goals here that are related to being successful as a gardening YouTuber. The middle one in here I like the best here. Research competition on YouTube and learn what to do to beat them out. So yeah, this thing essentially needs to learn to be competitive. It's going to Google search for top gardening YouTube channels, research their content, video types, topics, and keywords, note similarities and differences in content, create a list of potential ideas for my channel based on the research findings. Alright, so now that it has a list of top gardening channels, it's going to research their content to identify successful video types and keywords. It needs to become familiar with what types of videos competitors create so it can create similar content that will appeal to their audiences. It wants to steal their audiences. Oh my god. That's crazy. And there we go. We have another warning here. Failed to parse AI output. That's not exactly perfect. It's still able to carry something out here. It did learn a lot of insights on successful video types, topics, and keywords for gardening YouTube channels. Now it's going to organize these insights and create a plan for its channel. So it needs to create consistency in the content that it produces. Organizing my insights and outlining a plan so that it ensure content is cohesive and appeals to its target audience. So it wants to create a text file for organizing the list of successful video types, topics, and keywords, and then create categories for different video types and topics and list important keywords under these categories. All right, so now it has outlined its own YouTube channel strategy. It's going to start planning individual video ideas. So it wants to brainstorm video ideas by researching popular gardening questions and trends. It wants to ensure that its videos are interesting and informative at the same time for its target audience. I love this criticism note here. It says that it needs to be aware that what is trending can change quickly, so it always needs to be researching new trends to stay up to date. Oh my god, it's looking to create an agent here. And it wanted a Google Trends agent to figure out the different gardening trends. And then it says as an AI language model, it can't access real-time data. So again, another failed output because GPT-4 isn't directly connected to the internet. That's a common theme with this thing. It wants to create a bunch of different little agents to learn new trends or figure out information, but those little agents don't have direct internet access. It actually created a file down here, so it did that part, which is pretty amazing. It actually went, researched, gathered information, and put it into a file that we can go look at. AI viruses are going to be a very scary thing in the future. They're just going to be able to gather and scrape data. All right, it seems to have entered in another loop just trying to research this stuff again. These autonomous agents, I mean, they're pretty good. GPT-4 is pretty incredible, but it has a hard time with like these bigger tasks that are a little bit more general. I have a feeling this is going to be very, very good at smaller stuff, though. In fact, I actually was able to find this whole Auto-GPT thing based off of someone else's tweet. And that was this tweet right here by Varun Maya. So Auto-GPT was trying to create a specific app for him. It recognized that he didn't have a Node, which is a requirement for creating the app. It Googled how to install Node, found an article with a link, downloaded it, extracted it, and then spawned the Node server for him. So yeah, that's pretty incredible stuff there in terms of coding. So guys, here I am in the file system for Auto-GPT, and you can see it has two text files in here. This first one is a garden channel plan, organic gardening, pest and disease control, vegetables, fruits, landscaping. So this is like a list of different topics. And then apparently this is video ideas. So it's got tutorials, how to build a raised garden bed, growing healthy herbs indoors, product reviews, best garden hoses for sustainability, best cedar planks for raising beds, gardening tips and advice. These are all good things. Look, 10 tips for planting your first vegetable garden. How to keep your garden alive during a drought. Wow, look at all this stuff. How to properly prune fruit trees for a healthy growth. It has a bunch of different ideas in here, so it did actually succeed in creating some useful content with this. Viewers at home, I would love to know what your specific thoughts are on this. It is a little bit creepy. It's a little bit scary. I mean, in the future, when this tech gets better, I mean, just think of like 2 years down the road. That thing is going to be 10 times better than it is right now, and it's going to be able to organize and do all kinds of things for you and for people that are probably going to be malicious. I don't know, it's times like this, and after I experience tech like that, maybe we really should start to plan for different ways we can get ahead of the curve on preventing harmful AI technology problems. I don't know, viewers, tell me what you think down in the comments below. I'll link everything down in the description as always. Auto-GPT is super easy to set up. I mean, I showed you guys kind of how to do it in the beginning of the video. But yes, folks, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.